incredibly proud of them. To beat them 2 years in a row means everything. Like Montgomery and Ikenna and Enechukwu were on that field in 2018 when they beat the life out of us. I think the score was 48-0. And we all remember that. So if you talk about how far this program came, we're nowhere near a pinnacle. We're still growing. But this means a lot to a lot of people in that locker room and a lot of this coaching staff. So really proud for them. And I guess at the end of the day, it means we're 1-0 in conference, which is awesome. Almost a perfect game. We did not. Yeah. It just tells you how talented these kids are, how hard they've worked to put themselves in this position. Because you're right. Yeah, it was a statistical anomaly last year, right? 5 of 5 on 4th down. Really did turnover on the first play of the game, which wasn't much different than this one, right? Pretty close to what their first play we got turnover. But yeah, to play that way in the first half and to only be down 17-7, I thought was a blessing. And then for us to do exactly what we talked about in the locker room of Tim Horn, you go kick the ball out the back of the end zone so they can't get a return. Defense, you make them go 3 and out. Offense, you put it in the box. And for that to come to fruition, and now the game is 17-14, 2 minutes and change into the third quarter. And then on the next defensive series, you got George hitting a screen behind the line, the ball come out, and Trayshawn pick it up for a touchdown. So that was even better than what I asked him for. So players making plays. It's awesome. Are we talking about the same one? Yeah, the one. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't slow motion to me too, but I was just yelling to get on the ball. Like I knew it was a backwards pass. I knew George hit him. I knew it was a fumble, and I actually caught the official on the sideline in my vision and saw him going with the ball, waiting for somebody to pick it up. And so obviously if it went out of bounds or if we hadn't picked it up, it would have remained in their possession. But heads up play by Trayshawn Chamberlain ends up in the end zone. Games like this before where one of late a couple of times last couple of weeks, y'all have had that 1 to 2 plays that I can't use that it factor. How does the team learn to do that, to be in that position, but to make that like dive on that ball, so to make it the 2 sacks? Yeah, that's that right stuff. You can't teach it. You got to believe in it. And these guys do. And they spent all offseason getting close and finding ways to overcome adversity together. That's where we are, though. I mean, they believe. They believe in themselves. They believe in each other. And when we play well like we did in the second half, we're hard to deal with. No. %. I don't know. I think the kid's like a drama queen or something to want to play that poorly in the first half of this game in Louisiana Lafayette and then play that good in the second half. I don't know. He's messing with me. I'll try to get him fixed in the first half. Is that what we had? What was the other sideline? Yeah, I mean, that was not real pretty in any way. I didn't feel like the game had flow to it in the first half. Like it was, but again, I'll trade it all for a dub, an earned dub.
To win as good as we planned. Yeah, absolutely. Like the only thing we wanted to do was get a first down, right? Because you get a first down, you can take a knee and the game's over. And that's always the goal, 4 minutes to end the game on the field. So, but for that, yeah, we got the clock down. Yeah, did some good things there, but we've got to find a way. If we move that stick one more time, we win the game. And our defense doesn't have to go back out there and cover and get a couple sacks. I know they enjoy those sacks, but yeah, it's we've seen it at times over the years since we've been here, but we've never seen it with the consistency game to game like we're seeing this year. And you know what they did to McNeese State with the 5 turnovers, what they did to a really good Louisiana team when they choked them out. And you know, Houston's a really talented, skilled team, and they gave us our chances. The defense gave us our chances, and we needed to make one more play on one side of the ball to have a chance in that game to win that game. And we didn't get it done, but certainly going to celebrate this one, and certainly proud of the defense. Because again, if you look at how good they played in totality, you know, for offense to fumble the ball on the 2-yard line, you take one score off of them there, and then you think about defense scoring a touchdown by themselves without the offense on the field. It's a pretty dominant defensive performance. And if you talk about this runner, who I've got so much respect for, he averaged 4.3. And to be honest with you, it didn't feel like that. He must have had another big one that I can't remember. I know he had the 23-yarder, talking about Dwayne McBride, but those are 2 unbelievably talented running backs on that sideline. And we did a pretty good job keeping them in check without letting them get too explosive on us.
I want to take a couple of questions from people online right now. Mark, I know you've had your hand up. Go ahead.
Mike, can you put into words what this win means for the team, players in that locker room, and the program in general?
I don't know, Mark. That's hard to quantify. To be honest with you, for me, I was certainly prepared to be in this position. This is where I thought we'd be coming out of the game. It's not exactly how I thought we'd get there during the game. But I'm incredibly proud of these guys. I'm proud of getting our 3rd win under our belt. I'm proud of starting 1-0 in conference, as we said, against the team that was the target in this conference, the standard in this conference. So I think if you look at the second half, we can learn to play that way for 60 minutes. I don't know who can beat the Rice Owls right now, but the Rice Owls. We got to play our game.
You guys were picked 10th. They were picked 2nd. When you think about that, how big a deal is this?
I don't know. Who the heck picked us 10th?
That's what I saw in the preseason. I don't know whoever does that voting.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a betting man, but the lines have been kind of off the last few weeks too.
David, do you have anything?
Mike, is it an oversimplification to say that the head-on Taylor should have snapped your team into a different mindset there in the 3rd quarter?
Yeah, I think it was a determined mindset. I mean, I don't think any of us came out wanting to not perform well in the first half. And you look at the drive, the offense goes on and punches it in, and then defense gets the turnover, and you're like, all right, here we go. And then for the rest of that half, it didn't seem like we could get our sea legs. You know, we had an error on special teams. The ball ends up at the 1-yard line. And then we have a issue with a ball handling issue where we fumbled our first fumble of the year at the freaking 2-yard line. And then they punch it in, and you're just trying to get back to center and keep our emotions in check. And again, like we've got to be better. We've got to be able to like live play to play and flush whatever goes right or wrong to play before and live and die in that play, the next play. And we didn't do that great in the first half, I don't feel like. But again, the locker room, I wish everybody could be in that locker room and see how determined everybody was in that locker room. That there was no hung heads. There was no like, you wouldn't even know we were down because it was a group of men that wanted to come out and find a way. And I think you saw that in that first couple possessions in the 3rd quarter and the results that we got. That was just determination, and they made it happen.
Well, I did know to a degree that it seemed like there was such lethargy there in the first half that it seemed that after that you were more your team was more on point in that second half. I really didn't know if that sometimes it takes that one play to sort of snap you back into gear.
Yeah, I think it was, again, like, we talk a lot about being player led, and there was just the determination in the locker room. I don't know if there was one play, other than, again, we gave a sequence of how we wanted this thing to go. The best way to get us back on track is for the kickoff to go out the back of the end zone, defense to go 3 and out, for offense to put it in the box. And, you know, I love it when a plan comes together.
Anything else for coach?
Yeah. You know, Cameron's a little different because we inherited him. We chose Ikenna. Just to be clear, we didn't choose Cameron. He was already here. But we won't kick him out of the program or anything like that. These are 2 guys that have just been, I mean, nothing short of transformational with their leadership and their desire and the way they work this offseason. They're awesome to coach. Yeah, look, I'd take these guys to a barroom brawl anywhere once they're done playing. So I'm never going to worry about the fight that they have in them. I'd never worry about them having my back. What I don't want to do is I don't want the penalties to do anything that we hurt the Owls when we put ourselves in front of the team. And so we did have one of those tonight. That was not our standard, and it's not acceptable. And that person sat beside me on the sideline there for a while. And so, again, like, we're not going to respond in those ways. We're not going to do anything to hurt the team. We're going to have the discipline that's required in our sport to win games. So, yes, it was chippy. It was expected to be chippy, and it lived up to the bill.
Yeah, the challenge we faced at the end of the game, we just stopped them at like about 3 minutes left in the game, but then we got called to go out and finish it one more time. We knew it was a possibility that we would step back on the field, and we were up for the challenge. We live for that, you know. So we were excited to get back on that field and end it as a defense and go out there and just make it like clear that our defense is solid, that you're not scoring on us.
Questions?
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. Like they've been like contending for the championship every single year. I mean, for us, it's like I personally feel like we've been able to play with them for at least the past maybe 4 years, honestly. And I feel like this is like another time, like just like last year, where we were able to put all the pieces together. We were able to fight for 4 quarters and really dig in deep during the fourth quarter to come up with a victory. And I think for us, it just shows us that as long as we know that we can stick with each other, no matter how the game gets, no matter how grimy or chippy it gets, we know that we're gonna have each other's back and we're gonna be able to take on any team. We're gonna beat at any other team as a team. Yeah, so first things first, like when we got out the huddle, like me and Trey were like, "Hey, I'll race you to the quarterback." So that's all we were in our mind. We knew it was like gonna be a big passing situation for UAB. So we were, as a D line, we were just trying to get after it, and we were just living in the backfield those last 70 seconds. It was pretty hectic, like especially the last play. Like I was almost out of breath after chasing the running back down when he picked up that fumble. But we had to play to the whistle, and it was just exciting to close it out that way. My guys, Josh Pierce again, the sack at the end, it was just amazing to watch. It was amazing. I was definitely exhausted. You go back and look. I definitely laid down after that play because everybody was celebrating. I was just on the turf. I was exhausted after that last play. But it was just so amazing. It's like Just love the celebration, man, you know? I mean, yeah, that's honestly like that's the type of game like we live for, like defensively. Like we knew it was gonna be a dogfight. We love that stuff. You know, we want to be the most brutal, the most physical team out there, and we want to let our opponents know that we're not gonna instigate things. We're gonna try to keep it in the whistle. Like in between the whistles, we're gonna dominate, and we just feed off that aggression. We just always keep it like our best effort. Me personally, I feel like people were saying that like, oh, like Louisiana might be our miracle win of the year. I like when we won that game, I didn't feel like it was a miracle win. I feel like if we came in like knowing that we should beat this team by double-digit scores, and we should beat them by more than one score, more than two scores. And when we play U of H, I think that game we felt like we should beat this team by at least two scores. At least me personally, I felt like we should beat all these teams, like and UAB included. So it wasn't that like we're gonna go in this game like it's gonna take a miracle to win. We knew we were confident in our preparation and our practice, and confident in how athletic and how skilled that our teammates are, and we knew that we'd come out and dominate this team in front of us. Oh man, hey, well, first things first, I guess is just recover, relax, and just get our bodies right to go on this 7-game stretch and make it to the conference championship. Is take it slow.
Just obviously coming out, we would like to start fast and kind of just have a lot of explosives in the first half. But over the course of some games, you know, other teams are preparing and working hard too. So shout out to UAB for coming out and being prepared. And you know, we just came out in the second half and kind of fell back on our training, relied on our training, trusted our process, and got right with them. Mhm. This program, the sky's the limit for this program, man. I truly believe with hard work and dedication, like, you know, I try to tell myself the harder I work and the more dedicated I become, no telling what's going to happen on Saturday when we roll out there. But the more prepared you are and the tougher you are, it's harder to beat you. So the more prepared we are and harder we work, it's going to get harder to beat us. I just think that I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the team, and I trust my coaches. So whenever they need me and whenever they call upon me, I'll always be ready. Uh, Stay ready all game, and I just want to execute for my teammates and Rice University and make everybody happy, and so we can come out and have wins like this. Okay, so Trayshawn's touchdown. I just seen George, like that's my boy. I remember being in the dorm, standing in the dorm with George. So I just saw George kind of make the tackle on the running back in the backfield. But I just thought big hit, like boom. That's what I was screaming, boom. But I wasn't even thinking like backwards pass. So then I just saw everybody celebrating. So I just jumped off the bench. Forgot my helmet, grabbed the towel, started swinging the towel. I'm just cheering like big play. And then whenever we put the defense back on the field and need them to close out the game for us, I just trust all of those guys. You know what I'm saying? We worked so hard and we push each other to the limits. I just knew I had faith in those guys. So whenever the defense went out on the field, I kind of just sat back. I'm smiling, you know, singing, dancing, because I believe in my guys to the fullest. I have faith in them. And I know they're out there playing for each other and they're playing for the guys on the sideline. So whenever we were counting on our guys to hold up in the back end and the pass rushers get to the quarterback, man, I was just out there having faith in those boys and happy that they were able to finish on the field, man. I was just happy. And I poked myself in the eye on the celebration. I took off running, poked myself in the eye.
And the expectations for this team is
We'll just keep taking it 1 week at a time. Love to take it day by day. So I would love for my guys, you know what I'm saying, to have a great night tonight, celebrate this win, come back tomorrow, look at the film with a critical eye, wake up on Monday, recover, challenge yourself to do something to get ahead for next week, and just trust your coaches, trust yourself, trust your preparation, and we'll just keep chopping away at that wood until we knock that tree down.
every time you get the ball.
I just know Ari's gonna score it. I remember 2018, Ari and I in fall camp, and we just had some guys in front of us. But I remember the determination and hard work. And I remember looking at him on those hot days. It was 110. You know what I'm saying? Out there on the practice field, we both dripping sweat, arms wet, but Ari could finish in the end zone. So just the growth from 2018 to 2022, I just believe in Ari to the fullest. And it's not a doubt in my mind or another running back that I ever want to have the ball on 4th and goal or 3rd and 1. Because Ari, first of all, I don't know if you guys ever watched him live. He's strong as an ox. So I wouldn't ever want to get in front of him when it's short yards goal line.
Anything else from anybody? All right, thanks, Cam.
Go Owls.